Estoy en el avión de vuelta a Madrid porque hemos tenido que salir precipitadamente de Pakistán. Ayer estábamos grabando en una madrasa, en una escuela coránica. Se presentó el servicio secreto del ejército, que es en realidad quien manda en el país, y siguiendo las indicaciones de algunos de los líderes que había, de algunos de los clérigos que había en la madrasa, nos llamaron la atención por la forma en la que íbamos vestidos, y a partir de ese momento quedamos absolutamente controlados, de tal manera que sabían dónde íbamos. Viajamos a otro pueblo, las personas a las que íbamos a entrevistar nos pidieron que nos marcháramos, y las personas que nos estaban ayudando también nos pidieron que anticipáramos el vuelo. Uno de los periodistas que nos estaba ayudando en este momento está declarando ante el Servicio Secreto Militar. Esperemos que no le ocurra nada, porque es un colega que está trabajando porque se conozca lo que sucede en Pakistán.
My village is very lovely village. People love with each and everything, because village is very simple people. They love. If somebody dies, everybody go. Everybody come in the church, pray for them. They go together in graveyard. Village we have very good unities. My name is Nazir Bhatti, and I work 5-6 years with Shabad Bhatti in his house as a cook. I know him from the childhood because we are from same village. We are living together, and when he come minister, so he called me, please you come with me, work with me. His life is very tough. He worked very hard. He's looking if he's a poor person. He's trying to make a good Pakistan, and he shows his mission, because I want to work for our community, our Christian peoples, which are not getting good jobs. He start his praying. He's called me 6:30 in the morning. His history is like a media people's. Is find out his accounts. He have no money in his account. He is a poor minister. No scandals, and he is the poor minister in Pakistan. Strong faith on Jesus. Very, very strong faith. And he have some threat from the people, like some people, they threat him, we are going to kill him. And he says, I'm not going to afraid from you. Christian, we born Christian, we know Jesus gave us a life. So our life is only with Jesus. We have no life in other religions.
मेरा नाम बशारत खोखर है और मैं इस्लामाबाद का रिहायशी हूँ और मैं इंसानी हकूक़ के लिए पाकिस्तान में स्पेशली मिनॉरिटीज़ राइट्स के लिए काम करता हूँ। शहबाज भट्टी साहब हमारे पुराने दोस्त थे क्योंकि मैं CLF का हिस्सा रहा हूँ और CLF के बाद जब ये शहबाज भट्टी साहब ने इस्लामाबाद से लाहौर ऑफिस शिफ्ट किया तो मैं और मेरे दोस्त ये मैं शॉर्टली आपको बताऊंगा कि 2007 में हमने एक रूरल एरिया में चर्च बनाने की वो चर्च की मुखालफत कर रहे थे और हमें बार बार ये धमकी दी जाती थी कि आप चर्च यहाँ ना बनाओ और ये जगह छोड़कर चले जाए। इसके हमारे बाद ना नहीं पर उन्होंने हमारे पर झूठा एक तौहीन रसालत का मुकदमा थाना आरा बाज़ार रावलपिंडी में अननोन के ख़िलाफ़ दर्ज किया जिसमें हमें नामज़द किया गया।
Usually this kind of allegation came from the neighbors as well as those who have some exchange of some trade or like a business together, have business, or anybody he has some wealth. So anybody want to take to grab this property or to give him a lesson, give her a lesson. That's why it started.
जब हम जेल चले गए तो मरी रोड पे हज़ारों लोगों ने रोड ब्लॉक कर दिया कि इनको कचहरी चौक में हेक्टर अलीम और बशारत खोखर को सरेआम फांसी दी जाए। इस केस में मैंने 5 महीने 10 दिन जेल काटी है। वो जो सज़ाए मौत की कोठड़ी होती है उसमें हमें बंद कर दिया गया था दोनों को, और हमें धूप हमने 5 महीने बाद देखी, वहाँ पे धूप भी नहीं आती कि जेल के अंदर मेरी ज़िंदगी इतनी अहमियत रखी थी। बाइबल और मैं हम एक इकट्ठे जीते थे, इकट्ठे सोते थे, इकट्ठे खाते थे, इकट्ठे पीते थे। मेरी ज़िंदगी अकीदे के बगैर बेमानी है। मेरे पास एक मुस्लिम दोस्त था, वो इतना अच्छा लॉयर नहीं था, लेकिन उसके बावजूद उसने दिलेरी के साथ ये केस लड़ा और हमें 2 साल 5 महीने 10 दिन बाद हाई कोर्ट से बेल हुई और इसका ट्रायल जो था वो 2 साल चला।
The Muslims, they were a minority in the subcontinent, and they started struggle for rights of minority and to have a separate country. And of course, during this struggle, our Christian leaders, they were together with the independence movement.
They remained in this part, particularly because they historically belonged to this land. So the Christians living here thought that because Muslims having experienced a minority status in the United India or Joint India under British, they will understand the problems of minorities better. Somehow, right from the outset, in 1949, the Parliament passed a law which is called the Objective Resolution, so that preferential treatment of one religion or majority religion automatically devolved and degraded the status of religious minorities. The main problem here is the institutional discrimination, which comes in the Constitution itself.
सारे मुल्क में माशाल्लाह नाफिज कर दिया गया है। कौमी और सूबाई असम्बलियाँ तोड़ दी गई हैं, सूबाई गवर्नर और वजीर हटा दिए गए हैं।
General Ziaur wanted to come into power, so there was the only tool, that was Islamization.
In a country that has, the state has a religion, the minority community automatically starts getting deprived.
General Ziaul Haq, he amended the constitution and he made it more strong by adding death penalty, that is 295C.
When you disgrace or defame or desecrate or insult Prophet Muhammad, that is blasphemy, or that is 295C. 295A, that is disgrace of the names of holy personage, and 295B, that is desecration of Holy Quran. A and B, they are not falls under blasphemy, but 295C is blasphemy. During the British era, there was blasphemy for those who willfully or intentionally disgraced any prophet or any god. So that was there in 1927. First time the case was registered, and since 1986 there was only 7 blasphemy cases.
Since 1987 we have been documenting data on blasphemy cases, and this data covers all individuals including Muslims, Christians, Hindus and everyone. Total to date, as we speak today, up to May 2019, blasphemy cases total are 1,552 that we have documented, and out of those 1,552, 229 are predominantly to Christian community. They are roughly approximately close to about 67 to 70 Christians in jail. In order to fight the war in Afghanistan against the Russians, a lot of jihadists were being trained and being sent over there. And that whole movement has caused an Islamic radicalization to be embedded into our system.
Islamization process was started actually when we were indulged in the Afghan war. So we were fighting with the Kafirs, with the non-believers, and we were supported from USA, and the US, they are believers, we are believers, and we are fighting against non-believers. So like this, America used our young people, and they hire from here as jihadis. So approximately 30 years we fought that war. And after that, when war was over, so young people came back, and there was no plan to accommodate them. After that, they declared us terrorists.
It was in collusion with the United States and Saudi Arabia that we produced the Taliban from Pakistani madrasas. The madrasas are religious seminaries whose one purpose is to create a class that will keep propagating Orthodox Islam. And they are in numbers something like maybe 30,000. In earlier times, they were actually used by the Pakistani military as instruments by which to prepare the Mujahideen.
Some of the madrasas were supporting radicalization. We found sympathy for Al-Qaeda, for instance. There is sympathy from Daesh also. But it would be wrong to say that all madrasas are radicalized. Madrasas have played a very important role in separating the people from one another, creating divisions. This is why, at least to the extent of ambition, various governments in Pakistan, they have looked at, although they did not succeed fully, they have looked at the question of reforming madrasas.
The religious inclination of these madrasas are different. The other Salafi and Wahhabi types are. However, they are the ones who are most active on the blasphemy issues.
My name is Yunus Masih. We live in Saw Quarter. It's in F62 Islamabad. There are mostly 600 to 700 families are living in this area, F62. So mostly people are living here are Christians. Very few people are Muslim living with us. We arrived here in 1980. Our forefathers came here for better jobs. So they working with the village, some landlords. So they don't have their own properties there. So they came here for good jobs. In 2009, he studied in the Bahriya College. He came out for the off time. So we crossed the gate. There was one suicide bomber who came there and he blasted. So I don't have any injury. He have a injury with the spinal cord. His right side is paralyzed.
Jonathan Yunus, because it is a good profession for me. That's why I want to become an engineer. I am 15 years old.
A lot of time I apply the government jobs. If you have a Yunus Masih, so they put their papers in the dustbin. If your name is Yunus Masih, kind of this name, Christian names, George, Jonathan, like these names. We know that if you have a Christian names, they don't prefer you. They prefer the Muslim peoples. They prefer these Christian peoples for the cleaners, these kind of lower jobs.
We see in the newspapers advertisements when they published jobs, so they categorized, especially for the menial jobs. They, in thin line, they write there, for the jobs of sweepers, non-Muslim can apply.
Because it's a Pakistani law, who person is a Christian, they can't cook for the Muslim peoples. They can't take a license to open a restaurant.
So economic opportunities, whereas they do not exist for minorities, will be an important question to tackle. Then we have legal discrimination, that the law does not treat everyone as equal. Therefore, this institutional discrimination enhances or exacerbates the discrimination that exists traditionally and historically in the society.
When Pakistan was established, on key positions, Christians were working, heading positions in army. Although they are foreigners, but by faith they are Christians. And now in army, non-Muslims cannot get high positions.
In the electoral system, in the education system, deprived religious minorities of some of the economic rights.
Actually, I can be an exceptional case. I have never faced any discrimination throughout my political career or throughout my professional career. But I cannot say that there have been no discriminations or there are no discrimination against the minorities. Yes.
In the start, I faced the discrimination problem. I asked from water cooler, and they said that no, don't drink the water because you are Christian. You can't drink water because you are Christian. With the passage of time, it decreases that discrimination problem with me. They become my friends and we live with the friends.
Our forefathers are Christians. We live in Christian families. We give the life to Jesus Christ.
No, I can't change my religion because the Jesus Christ have given the life for us. That's why I can't change my religion to Muslim.
Jesus Christ gave life for us. That's our faith on Jesus Christ.
Punjab was the last state to be captured by the British, and it had somewhat secular regime in the form of Raja Ranjit Singh. So there were many Muslims and Hindus and Sikhs who formed the ruling elite or aristocracy of Punjab.
In Punjab province, 80% of the total population Christians, they are living in the Punjab province, and in Punjab province is critical towards Christian community.
Most of the blasphemy cases happened in Punjab.
In the villages, people, they know each other more than in the cities. The whole village knows who's Christian, who is Muslim, and who is from other religions like this. For the Christians, life is not like Islamabad, not like in the big cities, the capital, but it's more difficult than the people living in the cities. If, for example, they want to tell something about their faith, they are always blamed for something else. I have studied in a village, and I was the only Christian boy in the school where I was not able to drink the water from the same pump or maybe the cooler or glass. If I am somehow the other have touched, so that is not impure, they throw it out. So in the villages, that is the condition of a school. Most of our ladies, they are working in different people's house. They're cleaning their clothes, cleaning house, and earning something like for their families. They are not allowed to touch their things. They have their separate utensils. They have separate cup. They have separate all these kind of things. So they are impure people. The concept at the back of this maybe is one is religion, and the one is all these Christians are converted from the lower caste of Hindus.
In the rural areas and semi-rural areas, they are facing tough situation because lack of education, and mostly people treating non-Muslims, especially Christians in Punjab and rural areas, as untouchables. So this is very crucial religious discrimination.
एक बड़ी मशहूर रहता है क्योंकि खुदा ने दुनिया से ऐसी मोहब्बत रखी.
In my school, I was the responsible of my class leader, but I was blamed. So no, a Christian cannot be leader. So the school principal, he put a kind of a task in front of me. He said, a Christian leader cannot be leader of Muslims, or if he wants to be leader, then in the morning in assembly when all the students they come in lines, he should recite Quran. Then my father, he said, you are student, and doesn't matter, you have to learn it, and if they ask you, go for it.
In schools, Islamic studies is compulsory, and for non-Muslims or Christians, you can opt to take ethics. But that ethics is also not been, it's been written in a different way where most of it is covering Islamic lessons. If you choose to take ethics, then most probably what happens is that the student gets discriminated.
In the textbook at the schools, there are certain elements which are against other religions. They consider other religions inferior than their own religion.
In higher education level, when anyone applies for higher education degree or for a government job, 15 to 20 grace marks, depending on which province we are from, is awarded to those members who have studied the Quran by heart.
मेरा नाम पास्टर जदौन मसीह गिल है. इस गांव का नाम मक्खन कॉलोनी. उस जिस इलाके में ये केस था उस इलाके में ज़रा ख़तरा था, इस वजह से हम वहाँ से इस जगह पे शिफ्ट हो गए। नहीं, इसके अलावा कोई वजह नहीं थी। वहाँ पे मुखालफत थी उसके साथ चर्च में, जिसकी वजह से ये मुस्लिम लोगों के साथ जो था वो काफ़ी झगड़ा था। उसके बाद उसका पर्चा हो गया शहबाज का, तो इन्वेस्टिगेशन शुरू हुई। उस बाद सीना होया कि उन्होंने गिरफ्तारी हो गई सी, इन्वेस्टिगेशन सानू गिरफ्तार किया गया सी। उसके बाद उन्होंने फिर ये उसका नाम जो था उसे खारिज कर दिया और उसमें मेरा नाम डाल दिया। उसके बाद केस चलना शुरू हो गए, तो फिर उसके बाद सारा प्रोसीजर जो है, हाँ जी, उसके बाद फिर केस चलता रहा। फैमिली जो सारी डिस्टर्ब और परेशान, काफ़ी मुश्किलात गुज़री हर तरीके से। यानी कि एक मिसाल के तौर पे घर से निकाल दिया, जिस तरह के उनको कहा कि आप यहाँ से चले जाएं।
If non-Muslim accused for this case, so whole community will face the problem. And even then, if a person acquitted innocent and acquitted from the case, even then she cannot live in the same locality.
And believe me, whenever we had a fact finding in these kind of cases, we find none of anybody whoever thought or investigate whether the allegation is true or false.
6 महीने तक तो कोई लॉ नहीं सी, कोई नहीं सी ना। कमरे बंद कर देंगे सी सुबह, यानी कि सुबह 6 बजे दरवाज़ा खोलते सी, 2 घंटे के बाद फिर बंद कर देंगे सी। 50 फीट का वो हॉल था जहाँ अंदर। हाँ, एक दफ़ा हुआ था जब जेल जाने से पहले, इस खुदावंद तेरे कलाम की इबारत जो पढ़ी जाए वो खुदावंद तेरे कलाम मुक़द्दस में से बाइस से बरकत हो। हम यीशु को मानते हैं, खुदा के बेटे को मानते हैं, कोई बात नहीं। पतरस को भी आई, पौलुस को भी आई। हाँ, जेल में वो जो हमें कमरा दिया गया था उसी में हम दुआ करते थे। रोज़मर्रा ईमान बहुत ज़्यादा मजबूत है और हर रोज़ मजबूत होता है। खुदावंद की गवाही है, दिल के करीब। खुदावंद के कलाम में लिखा गया कि तू अपने पूरे दिल और जान और रूह से खुदावंद की बात कर, तो मैं तुझे हर मुश्किल से आज़ाद करूँगा।
The Christian community is scattered in the whole province, but if you look at the city of Lahore, Johannabad is one of the most densely populated Christian settlements.
मेरा नाम चीज़ा, योहनाबाद में इतने रहते। फिर जो साढ़े ते केस बनया सी, फिर उन्होंने मतलब जी तंजीम ने साढ़ा केस हैंडल किया सी ना, उन्होंने सानू इत्थे बिठाया सी।
That's where Christian and this side is Muslim people. So even I go there, it's this side carried me. The people see and boys us because we are trouble this problem. The people know about our case. There is her father banned the Quran. That's why I'm alone. I miss my father. So many problems. The little this, even though this house is not our house. Okay, my mother is now sick. You can see that they can't walk like.
केस यूसुफ मसीह ने उन्होंने कुरान दे मतलब इल्ज़ाम लाया सी, इल्ज़ाम लाया सी भी इन्होंने यूसुफ मसीह ने ना मतलब कि कुरान नूं अग ला दी है। ये 2005 उन्होंने इल्ज़ाम ये लगाया सी भी मेरे जेडे ससुराल वाले सन वो इलैक्शन की साड़ी मतलब पहले ना 2-3 दिन पहले इलैक्शन लड़े सन। वो इलैक्शन मेरे मतलब जो ससुराल वाले सन ना मेरे देवर जो इलैक्शन जित गया सी। उन्होंने ये दुश्मनी की थी भी क्रिश्चियन हो के ते इन्हां दी मतलब एक गाँव च बड़ी बल्ले बल्ले हो गई। तो असीं कहा भी वो तो घर नहीं है, आंदे ने तुसीं दसो असीं कुछ नहीं कहना। मैं कहा पुलिस इन्नी काहदे लई आई, साडे घर कोई वजह होवे।
First, whenever they got an information about this kind of incident, they immediately arrest the person. and never ever conduct the proper investigation.
The investigation of this kind of accusations should be done by a higher level officer, not a common policeman that he investigates. Because sometimes the people, they put a lot of pressure on the police also to register or file the case.
ਅੱਗੇ ਫਿਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਮਤਲਬ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਡਰਾਵੇ ਡਰੂਵੇ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਰਹੇ। ਥੋੜੀ ਦੇਰ ਬਾਅਦ ਸ਼ਾਮ ਹੋ ਗਈ, ਤਕਰੀਬਨ 7-8 ਦਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਤੇ ਨਾਰੇ ਲਗਾਉਣੇ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤੇ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਉਹਦੀ ਬੇਟੀ, ਉਹਦੀ ਬੀਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ। ਫਿਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਾ ਰਾਤ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਘਰ ਨਾ ਖਲੋਓ, ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਫੜ ਲੈਣਾ ਵਾ। ਅਸੀਂ ਫਿਰ ਇੱਕ ਲਾਗੇ ਮਤਲਬ ਫਸਲ ਸੀ, ਸਾਡੇ ਕਮਾਦ ਸਨ। ਅਸੀਂ ਰਾਤ ਇੱਕ ਖਾਲਾ ਸੀ, ਅਸੀਂ ਰਾਤ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਨਾ ਤਕਰੀਬਨ 3 ਵਜੇ ਤੱਕ ਜੂਨ 9 ਵਜੇ ਦੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਉਸ ਕਮਾਦ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਅਸੀਂ 3 ਰਾਤ ਸਾਰੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਗੁਜ਼ਾਰੀ। ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਉਹਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬਿਠਾ ਲਿਆ। ਮੈਂ ਤੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਸਨ, 4 ਬੱਚੇ ਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ, ਇੱਕ ਮੇਰਾ ਨਾਲ ਜੇਠ ਸੀ। ਜੇਠ ਉਹਨਾਂ 3 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਰਹੇ, ਧੱਕੇ ਠੇਡਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਖਾਂਦੇ ਰਹੇ। ਪਰ ਜੋ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸ਼ਿੱਦਤ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ ਨਾ, ਮਿਲਣ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ। ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਾਂ ਮਿਲੇ, ਫਿਰ ਮੇਰੇ ਦੇਵਰ ਮਿਲੇ ਸਨ ਜਦੋਂ, ਤੇ ਉਦੋਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਮਾਰ ਕੇ ਨਾ ਤੇ ਉਹਦਾ ਬੁਰਾ ਹਾਲ ਕਰ ਛੜਿਆ ਸੀ। ਜਦੋਂ ਫਿਰ ਸਾਨੂੰ 3 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਮਿਲੇ ਨੇ ਨਾ, ਉਦੋਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਦੋਵੇਂ ਗੁੱਠਣੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੋਏ ਨਿਕਲੇ ਹੋਏ ਸਨ, ਐਸੇ ਬੰਨ ਕੇ ਤੰਦ ਮਾਰਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸਨ। ਲਾਈਫ ਚੇਂਜ ਮਤਲਬ ਕੋਈ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਹੀ ਉਦੋਂ ਦੇ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਲੋਕ ਛੁਪ ਕੇ ਬਹਿ ਰਹੇ। ਕੋਈ ਆਜ਼ਾਦੀ ਨਾ ਸੀ ਹਜੇ ਤੱਕ ਫਿਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦੇ। ਉੱਥੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਰਹਿਣ ਸਕਦੇ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਸਭ ਵਾਪਸ ਆਉਣਗੇ ਨਾ ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਬੇਟਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਮਾਰ ਦਾਂਗੇ ਤੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਸੁਨਨਤ 'ਚ ਇੱਕ ਸਵਾਬ ਹੈ। ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਸਾਡਾ ਮਸੀਹ ਤੇ ਈਮਾਨ ਸੀ। ਕੋਈ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਖੁਦਾ ਯਸੂ ਦੇ ਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਯਸੂ ਨੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਆਪ ਹੀ ਕੁਰਬਾਨ ਹੋਏ ਸਨ, ਜਾਨ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਸੀ ਨਾ।
The blasphemy law is used as a political tool of dominance. So if you are a Christian or an Ahmadi or even a Muslim sometimes, I can point to you and say, you have blasphemed against the Holy Prophet. And then maybe a crowd will gather around and they will lynch you.
This is lack of security. When they decided that we will take revenge or we will take law into their hands, then its scam happened. Or even I have noticed, I have saw that the people killed in the hands of police.
They will attack the family, they will attack the settlements over there. So the victim, he suffers, his family suffers, and the whole community sometimes they have to suffer.
There was a twin bombing at 2 churches in Johannabad in 2015.
15 मार्च 2015, टाइम तकरीबन 11:15। उस वक्त एक ही वो बंदा था जिसने ब्लास्ट किया और दूसरा बंदा बैक साइड से द्वार लांग रहा था। इस साइड पे एक लड़का हमारा सिक्योरिटी का शहीद हुआ था, आकाश बशीर, और बाकी 7 लोग और हुए थे शहीद।
We were more than 2,500 people celebrating Mass, and if we would enter in the church, so maybe that's maybe the more casualty, but that's so. Thanks to Akash, as we are celebrating his birthday today, that he has saved so many lives. Thank God that after the blast, so many people are coming. We have increased the number of the faithful. So thank God in this church we celebrate 3 masses. And then each mass is, first mass is more than 4,000 people are there. The faith is very strong. And know that in the last 2019 years, as the church has suffered a lot, and then our people feel that they are also suffering, with the Christ, and then their faith is very strong, very strong. They believe very strongly that so many witnesses they have given that through the prayer and the relation with God, they have their relatives are cured. 55 years back, this land was bought by the Catholic Church and given to these poor people, those who are due to flood they were affected, and they were poor Christians, those who were scattered, and they have come together here and gathered here. Nearly 8,000 families are living here.
The attacks on Christian settlements and Christian communities, which we have been documenting since 1997, when the first attack had taken place in Shantinagar, the total figure is 80 mob-based attacks in the past 20 years, mostly in the province of Punjab.
My name is Pastor Adnan Prince Paul. I'm the victim of the 295A, 295B and 295C. This is why I have to come from Multan. The distance in 6 hours, I have to reach here in Lahore for hearing. My hearing is there in the session court, front of the judge. When I have to come here in the court, I don't know I will be come back my home or not. I am feeling my life is in danger. I don't know where the fire will be shoot me on my head, on my stomach and on my arms. And maybe God Jesus Christ protect me, but I don't know. And I have covered my face and wearing the glasses that nobody recognize me. Those who be seated with me in the bus, local bus, they don't recognize me. There was laying a book, title name is, I asked the Bible why the Quran is banned against the Christianity, that book was. I read the book only. Abed Mahmood is come here and he takes the books and went to his house and he writes their abuses against the Holy Prophet on his hand. He takes the books and go to the mosque. He says Adnan has against the blasphemies to the Holy Prophet. He gathered the 5,000 and 6,000 Maulana gathered is there, and he claims and breaks the glasses and breaks the different things and burn my house and makes a lot of noise. SP takes the books and beat me very badly. On my knee, there he takes a nail and stuck under my knee. And also beat me sticks and beat me shoes, beat with the heavy sticks and lot of things. They beat me very badly. On the jail proceeding, on the jail trial, my life was so much in trouble. They give me the water, you can say dirty water, and give me the foods very badly. And also, when the little not mistake, they beat with me slabs, they beat with me punches during the jail. Not the food is there, not on the one room is there. You can say the light is not there. On the one washroom, there I have to take the water for drink, and then I have to go to the washroom and take my urine is clear. First, my faith was so much strong, but after when I have been released the jail, my faith is too much strong. I have not fear because God Jesus Christ is with me. He says, you are my servant. I am the servant of the Lord and God Jesus Christ. Since 2013 to 2017, I was there in the jail. After that, Anthony Adwal, my legal advisor, he communicate with the Asma Jangis. She takes my case and went to the Supreme Court.
The prosecution system here is very weak, vague, and not in accordance with law, because mostly they are untrained people and have no idea what kind of case They are putting people purposely, intentionally behind the bar, and all the time when we get the information, they said no, the investigation process is underway, then we cannot give the information.
In the case of Asia Bibi, she was in jail for over 9 years. Similarly, there are many other blasphemy accused victims who are sitting in jail for over 7 years, over 4 years, over 5 years, because the case just continues and it's non-bailable, so they continue to remain in jail.
Today I have to come before the judge, and a lot of Maulana is there, and also opponent is also, complainer is there, and opponent liar was also there. The state said the case situation, it's near to the end. Therefore, they look after me, and they wanna to kill me, and if they not kill me, they wanna to court given me the death penalty. Is the responsibility to let him free, and I wanna to asylum the country of the out country, my Christian country, because my life is in danger. Please, and those release the Asia Bibi. She also a victim of the 295C. So please let me free as soon as possible, because my life is in danger. Oh Lord Jesus Christ, when you hold your hands, you protect your servant, and you protect your church, and you protect your members.
I am also under threat, and also unable to visit my office since last 10 months. I am counseling 6 cases in blasphemy cases, and I am following 2 very old cases before the Supreme Court. You know, when this was the case of Asia Bibi, when she was released, I was the one when we reached there in 2009 when it was happened. This case was happened. So we were also in the High Court as well. There was one group, that was Khatm-e-Nubuwwat Conference Lawyers Forum. And now there is another group that is called TLP, Tehreek-e-Labbaik Pakistan. That is another very advanced group. They are very good in, very active or very efficient in social media. So it is difficult to hide from them. Yes, I am under fear and under threat as well. I also with the National Commission of Justice, they knows my work, and we together have some cases where I appear on behalf of them. And the friends who are here, like my friends, who stopped me not to visit the courts, please. Because the threat they have made, that was not tackled too easy. It is difficult. Because if we have no peace in mind, how we can defend these kind of cases? All the time we are under threat. So that's why this is a difficult time for us.
There was an attack in 2013 in Joseph Colony in Lahore also, where over 116 houses were torched and burnt down. This attack was also on the basis that one of the members from that neighborhood was accused of blasphemy, and then the mob came and attacked.
साबर मसीह नाम है मेरा। मैं ऑटो पार्ट्स या मोटरसाइकिल के पार्ट्स हैं ना, इनका काम करता हूँ। एज ए ऑपरेटर हूँ उधर। ये जोसेफ कॉलोनी में ये ज़्यादातर है ना जो आड़तें वगैरह हैं, इसका लोया वगैरह डालते हैं इधर। ये शुरू से ही जब से मैं पैदा हुआ ना, तकरीबन मेरी 32 या 3 ईयर एज है। तकरीबन उससे पहले कहीं ना इधर है ना ये बरादरी है, मसीह बरादरी की एक जगह मखसूस कर दी हुई है इन्होंने। पहले इधर कम थी आड़तें, और जैसे जैसे तरक्की होती गई इन्होंने आड़तें ज़्यादा कर दी, और ये मसला भी तो इधर ही रहते हैं। तकरीबन 300 से 350 तक का लगभग घर हैं इधर। 2 चर्चेज़ हैं इधर हमारे मोहल्ले में। हाँ जी, तो 2 घर में चर्च बनाए हुए हैं उन्होंने खुद। तकरीबन है ना मिनिमम भी 200 है ना जो बाइबल मुकद्दस होगी कम से कम एक चर्च में, वो सारी जला दी इन्होंने। उसके बाद ये ना कह रहे थे कि वाक़या ना बुध का था, जब आपके भाई ने ना खिलाफ रसूल बताया इन्होंने। हाँ जी, बाद में पेश करवाया, बाद में इन्होंने पकड़ लिया, पकड़ के इनको हाँ जी बाद में जेल में डाल दिया इनको। उसके बाद इसने 5 साल की सज़ा दे दी। बाद में सज़ा उसकी अब होती जा रही है, वो पता नहीं चलता पे। हाँ जी, तोड़ फोड़ की है
और ये दरवाजे को काफ़ी वगैरह ईंटें वगैरह और ठुड्डे वगैरह ना इसने बहुत ज़ोर से लगाए। हाँ जी, बात भी है ना जो इन्होंने कहा कि ये अपना घर खाली कर दो, ये चल जाए, आपकी जानों को खतरा है इधर।
जो एरियाज इधर और एरन एरियाज लोहे कारोबार और दैट टाइम इज द पीपल लाइक टू द प्रॉपर्टीज।
आम जिंदगी में ज़्यादातर तो यही होता है, मेरी तो गैदरिंग है मुस्लिम। हाँ जी, वो ज़्यादातर मुझे यही कहते हैं कि आप मुस्लिम हो, ठीक है। खाने पीने में मेरे साथ कुछ नहीं होता। जो मेरे जूनियर हैं ना वो क्रिश्चियन हैं, जो हमारे अभी जो जहाँ मैं जॉब कर रहा हूँ उधर के लड़के, उधर के जो मुस्लिम मेरे दोस्त भी हैं, वो उनकी यानी कि छुई हुई चीज़ में यानी कि उसको चेक नहीं करते हैं। अगर ये क्रिश्चियन ना हो तो पाकिस्तान में तो बहुत ज़्यादा गंद पड़ जाए, बहुत ज़्यादा अहमियत है। मेरे खून में मसीह है।
Therefore, although everybody understands in this country that blasphemy is used as a tool, as a political tool, yet the army will never take the risk of confronting the blasphemy law. When you have a religious fascist state which refuses to protect its minorities, then those minorities are very, very scared.
सदफ 12 साल। मैं दूध लेने के लिए गई थी तो घर में कोई भी नहीं था। और उसकी नगीना ने, उसकी बहन ने आवाज़ दी मुझे, तो मैं उनके घर गई थी। तो बाद में वो जौन सी नगीना है उसने पता नहीं क्या किया था, तो बाद में सप्ताह ने मेरे साथ ज़बरदस्ती की है। नहीं, वहाँ पे वकील के पास फैसलाबाद लेके जा रहे तो रास्ते में फिरोजपुर वहाँ आके ना तो बस रुकी, तो मैं वॉशरूम के बहाने ना नीचे उतर के, ये जिस दिन ये पापा लेके आए हैं ना मुझे, उस दिन की बात है, 9 को शेखपुरा ये रहे हैं। मेरे ख्याल में 1-2 दिन शेखपुरा में रहे हैं, तो कहीं और दूर ही थी, वहाँ पे ना रेतली कहीं मेरे ख्याल में जगह होती है, वहाँ पे लेके गए जम के। उसके बाद उन्होंने मुझे ना पुलिस वालों को पेश किया था, वहाँ पे पापा लेके आए थे इधर से। फिरोजपुर ना काफ़ी दूर है हमारे। पापा आधे घंटे में पहुँच गए। आधा घंटा मैं किसी जगह पे छुप गई थी ना जी, ये भाग गए थे। क्रिश्चियन, अभी मैं यही फील करती हूँ कि मैं क्रिश्चियन हूँ। मेरे माँ बाप भी क्रिश्चियन है, ये मैं फील करती हूँ।
Predominantly they were Hindu girls and Christian girls who were being forcibly either abducted and then forcibly converted and married off. So yes, we've got those figures. They are even every year that we've been documenting is over 700. But the problem with this is that it's hard to also differentiate at times, you know, which is exactly because there's so much of fear even in the courts.
Sometimes the people is not looking this case, and some cases not reporting because if the Christian is the pressurized, then it's not asked to the police station.
In the Christian Marriage Act and the Christian Divorce Act that Pakistan follows, there is a clause which says that if you change your religion, automatically your previous marriage gets dissolved. The other part is that because they're young girls who are being abducted, once they've converted in our society, to convert back from Islam to any other faith is considered to be liable to be killed.
We have here 3 cases we have, but we cannot do anything. When girls go in the court and there is pressure with the other party and she says that I have converted to this religion with my freedom. Majority of the girls, they are from the poor family, they kidnap, and after that they will say that no, she has come to in our religion. So what we can say?
There are terrible stories where Christians and Hindus have been forced to convert to Islam.
Recently there was one case in Lahore. A 15 years old girl was raped by 5 men, and one of them was the policeman. And usually these kind of news are not on the television.
Despite the attacks on churches, bomb attacks, terrorist attacks, next Sunday you will see that the church will be full.
Our gospel and our Jesus says, because of my names you will be suffer, be strong, and next time forgive them and nothing will happen. So our parents' faith helps us to overcome over that feeling. Of course, being human, we were hurt and we feel that why they are treating us like that. Even God says we are all humans. I am not less than anybody.
So, that is something that keeps their hopes high, gives them confidence and encourages them to continue their struggle.
You are the salt of the earth, and our witness is great in this country. The Christian community or the church has served this nation, and we want to continue to play our role and give our contribution for the progress and good of Pakistan.
For the world, I would say continue to pray. Pray for the Christians over here who get persecuted, who time and again are discriminated, because moving and running away from this country is not the solution.